All right, now we're going to dig into our onboarding space. So this is super important, the way that you welcome new members and bring them into your community, especially if your community or your program is quite large or complicated, right? There's more than just one thing, just a chat space. So for a lot of people, especially if you're a coach or course creator, you're running a high ticket program, you've got a lot of things going on. You've got live events, you've got courses, you maybe have different membership tiers that people can move up and down those tiers. Plus, you've got to remember, you have the curse of knowledge. So you've probably been spending a lot of time in Circle, you're comfortable, you're familiar, you know how everything works. But someone seeing this from the first time, they might feel overwhelmed or just confused. Where do I go first and next? What am I supposed to do? So the whole goal here is that you're removing all of that confusion, all of those questions, and you're taking them through a process so that by the end, they are fully onboarded, they're fully educated, they know exactly what to do, and if they do have questions, you've shown them how to get those questions answered, right? So you want to reduce the amount of one-on-one support that you have to give, and you just want to make sure that people feel that you've really thought through this experience and they feel really taken care of. So this can really set the tone, that first impression of, wow, they've really put a lot of effort into this. This is a high quality program, a high quality community. You're setting expectations, all of that kind of stuff. So it's going to serve you to put time and effort in now. It's going to result in a better effect down the road. So let's dive in. So first we have our Start Here space. Really nice space. This is where all people come for the first time. We've got a quick little welcome video. It's just reaffirming, because think in the customer journey, someone just bought and it's like, hey, excited to have you here. This is the right place. Here's what's going to happen next. You're going to go through a few steps that are going to explain the whole program to you, and then you're off to the races. So quick video, some supporting text, and then we've got the onboarding steps below. So what we're doing is we are using a list view layout, and we've just made the steps really, really clear. We've gotten rid of all the clutter, all the metadata, and so let's just dive into it. So the first thing is setting up your profile. A lot of people don't set up their profile. They just skip it. And so we know that if somebody is just a faceless, nameless user inside of a community, it's hard to connect to that person. It's hard to engage, hard to know what are they all about. So as your community grows, having people with more built out, robust profiles is going to help each other connect, and it just creates a better experience as people see each other's actual pictures and learn a little bit about them, all that kind of great stuff. So what we do a lot of times is recommend using Loom videos, and we just embed the Loom video straight here into the community. So this setting up your profile, it just takes you through that very basic step of how to actually go back and complete your profile or update it. And we make it simple. We put some links here. We explain how to do that, what that looks like. And we also give some prompts. So how to make your profile fun, how to tell more about yourself, right? And then at the end, there's nothing else. There's no like, there's no comment. There's just a clear, easy button to go on to step 2. So we're going to go on to step 2. Step 2 is earning badges in this case. So this community is really into badges. They have a very large community. They've got a few thousand students. They've been running for multiple years. It's a copywriting community. People have a lot of different experiences, expertise, niches, interests. So we built a solution using Typeform so that you could give information and then get a badge that represents that, like what year you joined the program, so people can instantly see as they're browsing, this person has been around for 4 years, they probably know what they're talking about, or this is a brand new person. You can select kind of who you are and some things about you, and all of that is going to get added to your profile so that other people can see. Also, how much you've earned from copywriting, so people are on a journey here to transform their lives and go full-time doing copywriting, so it's just something to notice when people are asking questions. It gives more context, like, okay, this person's making $1,000, so they haven't yet hit those upper levels yet. They're still maybe a little bit of a newbie or an apprentice, so it helps when you're reading what they're writing and giving them information back. So you submit this, and it's going to fire off a zap and then immediately apply all of those badges to your profile. So this is a really cool thing that almost everyone in her community has taken advantage of, and it just makes it feel even more special and polished and fun. So the next step is the community tour. And just like I'm giving you a tour right now and walking you through these things, that's what Sarah is doing here for all of her students. Because if you look on the left sidebar, there's quite a lot going on. She has a large online course. She's got these shared interest groups. She's got these different types of community discussion groups and live events. And the program, it's a large program. It's a year-long program. There's a lot of moving parts. So she uses this as a way to explain how the program works, how to get value out of it, and how to go and find all of those things inside of Circle. The next one, and these don't have to be really long. So some of these videos are a minute, just like this one right here. The last one was a little longer because it's a full community tour, but it was 7 minutes. These don't have to be highly produced, highly polished. It's really about tactical, practical execution. That's what people are looking for. So here is the next step. So one of the really important things about her community are the live events. She runs multiple live events per week, and there's different coaches and different types of events. So just explaining how that works and going through the process and showing what it looks like to sign up to an event, RSVP, get the calendar invite, all of that kind of stuff. The next step is setting up your preferences and notifications. So she opted by default to turn on all notifications for all spaces pretty much. So to opt in, have everyone be opted in to a lot of notifications so they don't miss anything, that might be overwhelming for people. So she wanted to make sure up front, instead of people feel like they're getting spammed or getting upset that it's too much overkill, she's like, hey, this is what's going on. You're going to get a lot of emails, a lot of notifications. If you don't want that, here's how you turn that off. You can select the different spaces that you don't want to hear from anymore. You can turn off email entirely. You can just have notifications come to your mobile app, all of that kind of stuff. So really cool. Another 1 minute video. You can see a lot of people will have watched this. So she's got over 1,000 people in this community. Most of these videos have around that number. So people are really going through this process. It doesn't have to take that long. And the next step after your notifications is just getting the most out of the community. So this is something like a community guidelines, a culture, setting that type of tone, expectation. She had this video before from her previous Facebook group and online program, and we just brought that into Circle instead of rebuilding it. So there was a lot of really good information that hasn't really changed, because this is about a higher level philosophy about the program, how to get the most out of it, that kind of thing. So the next step after that is now getting them to start taking some action. So we've already asked them to RSVP to some of the live events that are coming up. The next thing is around introducing yourself. So jumping into the introduction space, showing people what that looks like. Super short video, 40 seconds, just making it really, really easy. Holding their hand all the way through that process so that you get a really high percentage of people engaging and doing that. Next is the mobile app. So what she found was a lot of her audience, they're on the go, they love using the mobile app. This is another way to help people stay engaged, to bring them back, maybe they want to have notifications on their phone, they don't want to have all the email notifications, that kind of thing. So just making sure that everyone is super aware and make it very easy for them to get the mobile app. And then the last thing, or step 9 here, is just bookmarking the community, right? That's it. Here's the URL. Here's how you get back here. Because it might not always be obvious to everybody. And at the end, that's it. Congrats, you're done. You have completed the process. We have another badge type form. And if you say you did all of the steps, then it's Scouts Honor system. You get another badge applied, a star badge that says you completed the onboarding. And that's it. So from there, you've completed the onboarding and you're well into the program and you're on your way. So I hope that was interesting and enlightening for you. There's a lot that you can do. It doesn't have to be 10 steps. You can shorten it up, but this is a really complete and robust onboarding for a pretty big program. So this has really reduced a lot of questions and support issues. And then for people that still do have questions and support, we have an FAQ section. So that's another great way when people are still posting things in the discussion or you're getting some of those DMs, then we can continue to add questions and answers here. And some of these things are also found in the onboarding, because not everyone might complete the onboarding. So we want to make sure that we're just providing resources and answers to people wherever they might be looking for them, and one of those places is going to be the FAQs. So by combining the FAQs and the onboarding, you're going to have a very high likelihood that your members are engaged, they know how everything works, and you've given them a lot of opportunities to take action and get value out of your community.